My beauty bucket still overfloweth with samples to try. Let's do it. I'm just gonna pick one out of the bucket and we're gonna try it. I think I'm gonna try putting a base on first. I have 2 shades of the Missha BB cream. I have number 13 Light Fair and number 17 Fair. I also have their priming sunscreen, so we're gonna give that a shot too. The priming sunscreen is an SPF 50 broad spectrum, so this is a US filter. Wow, that is a lot more watery than I thought it was gonna be. Now that I'm like letting it sit, it does have an alcohol scent to it, but it does also have like a floral scent, and I do think that that is partially the Centella Asiatica in there as well, because that's more of a citrusy smell, but it does have a fragrance to it. All right, I'll work that into my hairline. So it does have a white cast, so just be aware of that, especially since I am so pale and you can see it on my skin. If you are darker complected, this may not be the sunscreen for you. All right, we're gonna go in with the purple Missha BB cream. This is the Perfect Cover Serum BB cream. This one is, oh, I got all my coffee. Anyway, this one is for dry skin. This is shade number 13. This is shade 13. You can see it is sitting a little weird on my skin, but that is where it always sits weird on my skin, on my nose and my forehead. But on my cheeks and the rest of my face, it looks fine. And it is a little bit light, I think, for me, which is saying something. All right, well, we're gonna go for that Living Dead Girl look today. This bucket is 90% blushes. So I think we're just gonna go through all of the fun blushes that I have one at a time, because I don't think I have any other complexion products to do. Aha! I have a bronzer from CoverGirl. Let's do that because I am looking ghostly, and that'll give a nice base at least for all of the blushes that we're gonna do. I probably shit you not, there's probably 30 blushes in that bucket. This is 1 shade darker than what I was previously using. This is the shade Light, and I believe I was using Fair Light before. All right, we're gonna start with the biggest set I have, which is the Wonder Skin complete set of their blushes. It comes with the dual-ended blush and contour brush, so we're gonna use that, and let's swatch all 6 shades. We're gonna start with the one that I already own, so I don't have to open a box. This one is the shade Barely. It is such a pretty shade. It's a beautiful, I don't know how to describe it. What is it? Like a rosy mauve. I almost hate to use that word, but I do think that this is a true mauve. It's a nice purpley and a pink, but now that it is blending out a bit more warm than a real mauve, can you see the difference? But it is such a pretty color. It blends in so nicely on the skin. I do really like this color. And this brush is really nice too. It has 2 ends. There's a larger end and a smaller end. I'm not sure which end is for what. I would assume the larger end is for blush and the smaller end is for contour, but we do what we want in this house. That's so pretty. I love this shade. I love the Barely shade. It is absolutely gorgeous. It does look like it's just like your natural flush of color. It does have like a slightly red undertone, and I do think it is very flattering to a lot of different skin tones. Next, we're going to swatch the shade Flutter, and for the rest of these, I'm just going to swatch them on my arm. Flutter. This is the shade Flutter, all blended out. It is a very pretty pink. Next up, we'll do the shade Falling, which is a purple. This is what it looks like. It's like a true purple. A nice plummy purple. That one I think will look really, really pretty on a cool skin tone like mine. It might end up looking like a bruise, but sometimes I enjoy looking like I have a bruise. I might actually layer that on top of this to deepen it a little bit. Let's do that. I think that would look pretty. Less sun-kissed and more vampy. I love that you have so much work time with these too. They really don't like set down instantaneously, so you do have some time before to work it in. Ooh, I think that's really pretty. I love a purple blush. All right, are we looking even? I think maybe a little bit more on the left side. That was more of the cool tone look that I was going for today, so I like that. All right, next up we have shade Toasty. This one is a nice cinnamon brown color. Toasty. I know some of you ladies are gonna go crazy over that one. Let's do Sundrop next, and we'll save the really nice baby pink for last. Sundrop is like an orange coral. What I really like about these blushes is that they blend out really nicely, and I feel like because they're so sheer, they would be flattering on more skin tones than just a super highly concentrated pigmented blush. Last one is a cool tone pink. This is in the shade Whimsy. I'm actually having trouble with my left arm, so I'm going to swatch this on my hand. Ooh, never mind all my junk in the background. I think Whimsy is going to be right up there at the top. It's like a lilac-y pink. That one is also very pretty. That was all 6 of the Wonder Skin blushes. I really like this brush. I'm going to keep this around. I've decided we're just going to keep having a little swatch party on my arms because I don't feel like taking my face off. I really like how this blush turned out, and I want to leave it. All right, arm is clean. We are ready for more blushes. Round 2. Next up, we're going to do Entropy's Plum Message. These are such a cute packaging, although I feel like there should be something in the top there, and there's not, and I don't know what it would have been. I guess like maybe a little brush. And these are extremely light coverage blushes. And I actually have another one to try. This is Plum Message. I do think because they are also lightly pigmented, you will be able to get away with using these on a variety of different skin tones. A nice, soft, lilac-y, pinky purple color. The next Entropy blush that we have is Mauve Dial. This one I really like because it's more of a nude color. It's definitely not what you would think of with a mauve. It is a muted blush, but I think it's more of a pinky color. Mauve is like a purple. It's extremely light. These blushes are extremely light. Look at how pretty that is. I think that would be great for a very subtle, just nude blush wash of color. And it isn't coming through on camera as much, but it is showing up way more in person. I have 2 more Timeforia blushes to do. I have number 3, which is Gentle Hue, and number 6, Mystic Magic. So let's do these 2. Water break. Look at this cute mug. I love this Hydro Jug mug. It's so pretty. All right, so we got shade 3, Gentle Hue. Now this is a lot more orange than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be more of a natural color, but it does look pretty cute. This one is number 6, Mystic Magic. This one is super pretty. What is this? This is more of a dusty rose color. Gorgeous. I'm going to Dollar Tree later and my whole arm is going to be covered in blush swatches because I have 5 shades of the Fui Mellow Dual Blush to swatch with you. This one is in the shade Rosy Talk. This one is definitely just a beige blush, and I'm so stoked to see what this is going to look like on my skin at some point because I have such fair skin. I think that this is going to come up really nicely. Just a barely there blush, which would be great for looks when I don't want my blush to be like this. And I just want something for dimension and not something for being fancy. And this is the darker shade that's in that duo. Perfect barely there blush. That's what it should be called, is barely there. Next we have Fall in High Key. This one I was really excited for. It's a purpley blush with a red accent. So let's go into the lilac color. These are such pretty duos. Ooh, I love that these are such a light wash of color. And then we'll do the highlight. So pretty. And they're such complementary colors too. You could definitely wear them separate, but I do think wearing them together in a combo. This is a sunset blush combo. So pretty. I think I linked this in another video, but this is Icy Cupid. I just lost my tweezers. One moment. All right, so we're going to go into the lavender shade. This is a nice icy lavender. I'm going to put this on the inside of my wrist. Very, very subtle, but you can see it. And then the accent shade. Super pretty. Again, this is going to be the barely there blush, but more for cool tone folks. So pretty. Such a nice shade. Next up, we have shade No More Cupid. Again, this is another barely there shade duo. I'll put it here. Ooh, I like that. Now let's do the accent color. Again, beige blush, barely there, but that will show up on my skin tone, especially since this is so light. Last one is Follow Me. I do love K-Beauty because it is so subtle. You can really build it up if you want to, but you don't have to. A lot of the colors are just so sheer and easy to work with. Follow Me. I love this one. So this is a beautiful, just sort of mid-tone pink. Really pretty. I think this will look really gorgeous across your cheeks. Very subtle. That seems to be the theme. And then a very unsubtle pairing on this one with the red. So it's like a pink and a red. Beautiful. And I actually did this one in my last video, but I'm just going to swatch it since I'm doing all of these. This one is Love Me High Key. And this is what it looks like. In case you're wondering, I'm wiping my brush off between colors on my pants because they are my pants and not my boyfriend's pants this time. That is the main blush color. And this is the accent color. Very pretty. And I love how they ombre so beautifully together. We're really dwindling this bucket down. I only have lip products left and just a handful of eye products. So I'm going to actually use these 3 from Thrive Cosmetics. This is the mascara. This is the shade Bryn, which is their rich black. And then I have 2 of their eyeshadow sticks. I have Mila and Muna. Mila is a slate gray metallic and Muna is a mauve taupe shimmer. So I'm going to just put those on. Oh, and you know what? I think I'll grab the eyeliner that I had on earlier and put that on as well. This is the eyeliner also from Thrive Cosmetics. I really like this, but my eyelids are very greasy and I just realized that I did not set down my face with anything. So let's use the finishing powder from CoverGirl. This is the shade 510 Snickerdoodle, which is not the usual shade that I use, but I don't mind it at all. I like that it has like a pinky hue to it. A lot of people have been saying that the finishing powder, this one, has been oxidizing, but frankly, I don't know how a powder can oxidize, so I haven't noticed anything, but I don't put very much on. We're using a large fluffy brush. I'm not even kicking this off the brush because the large fluffy brush does not pick up a huge amount. Just swirling it in and then tapping it on. but I haven't noticed it darkening anything up, in my opinion. So I don't know, but we're just gonna keep it very light because I think I'm gonna head out soon, and I think I'll do my lip products later in a big lip product video. I love this finishing powder. I don't know why people dislike it, but it is one of my favorite beauty products lately. Everything CoverGirl has been putting out has been an absolute slay, and that's that one. All right, so we're going in with the 2 eyeshadow sticks. I think I'm going to use the lighter one first. I just put a little bit of powder in my eye socket just to set down my oily lids. So these are the 2 shadows that we're working with. I think I'm going to put the lighter one first, and then we're going to add just the darker one as an accent color. I'm not trying to go too crazy. I'm just going to Dollar Tree later. I am going to draw it up like this, and then I'm going to buff it out with a brush. Just windshield wiper motions. And that's it. Nothing crazy. Very simple. And then we're going to go in with the darker color and just make a little V here. And then I'm just going to blend that in. And then I'm just going to take this darker one and bring it down under my eye. And then I'll smudge that out. I'm going to use their waterproof eyeliner. I'm only going to go halfway in the lid. And just like that. I'm just going to leave it just like that. Then I just use this smudger to make a little wing. Just a tiny little one. And last part is the mascara before we do the lips. This is their Length and Volume Rich Black Mascara. Packaging is very heavy. I think it's a metal tube. That's cool. Ooh, I really like this one. We're gonna get up close and personal. I really like that mascara. It looks nice. And I really like the metal tube on this. All right, well, I poked myself in the fucking eye on this side, so there's a little bit underneath there, but we're ignoring that until it dries, and then I can just flake it away. But I think that mascara and the eyeshadow sticks look so pretty. Really nice. Love. The eyeliner is nice too. Definitely gonna use more of that. Let's do a lip look. This is the new Fruity Glass Tint Deep Glaze from ColourGram. This is in the shade Dark Cherry. I got the set. This is the Cherry Cola set. It has what is this? Charming Pink for the lip liner, and then Lovely Pink, or Lovely Fig, I'm sorry, for the blurry matte. So we're gonna try all 3 of these together and see how they look on the lips. So I have another liner and another shade of the blurry lip tint. This one is in the shade Geek Rose. This is more of a cool tone, and this one is more of a warm tone. So I think I'm just gonna stick with the set, and we're gonna go in with number 2, Charming Pink. Also, by the way, this BB cream, I think, really sat down nicely. Once I spray it, I think it's gonna be even better. And this is a twist up. For the longest time, I thought you had to sharpen these. You don't. It just started completely pouring outside. I don't know if my phone will pick that up, but lip liner. We'll do the blurring lip. I may swap this for something else before I go out. I want something a little darker to go with the eye. And this is the new fruity thing. This is a very pretty combo. I just don't know if it goes with my eye look today. Although from the sounds of it outside, I don't think I'm going to be going anywhere anytime soon. I did not realize that it was going to monsoon. It is monsooning. We're probably going to get another flood warning. Poo. All right, I'm going to set everything down with my Make Keep Mist. I love this stuff. You can see I've only had it for a little bit, and I'm already a quarter of the way through this bottle. I love this mist so much. It has such a fine sprayer to it, and it sets everything down so nicely. So I'm just going to let that dry, and then I'll come back and I'll show you the end. I swear that mist makes everything so beautiful. I love how this turned out. This was a beautiful bucket look. I did not anticipate this when I started this video, but I'm keeping this one for the day. So I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!